You know, I was already having a good morning. My attorney told me they caught this troll that's been harassing us and all kind. I've been having such a good day. Mm. And I do have the Fox 5 News Cup for a reason because, there's going to be some news here in the short future. I'm excited about what's coming. But let me tell you about this. You know what else I'm excited about? Rumblebee prices getting posted. Yep. They're all posted. And outside of what other people are posting, I'm posting the price with destination and all the bullshit and stuff, what you're going to actually pay when it gets to the dealer, not what the dealers, not what the company is suggesting that it sells for, because you have the MSRP, but then you also have a destination charge. So we're going to get into all that and more right after this. Guys, before we get into today's video, I got to talk about the giveaway that's going on the channel right now and the closeout for the 750KX entries over on the tool site, tksgarage.bigcartel.com. That does close out today at 4 p.m. Pacific time. We did say it was going to be 24 hours only and 24 hours only. Now, there are some other extra entries and the like up on the merch site at tksgarage.com with hats and mugs and I think there's a couple of the digital items remaining, not many. And you can get in on those as well. But if you want to get the most amount of entries, you got to get in before 4 p.m. Pacific time over at tksgarage.bigcartel.com before that closes out. And then everything else will drop down to a normal set of entries, which we'll be talking about in an upcoming video. But if you want to get in on it, now's the time to do it. That is the dual challengers, which is the SRT Hellcat, the 1973 Challenger by itself. Needs work. It's a project car. They go together. And the Ram TRX, which closes out on August 2nd. Getting anything on the tool site gets you entered at 750KX entries on both per dollar spent. It's probably the best value you can get. Link in the description down below. All right, so let's talk about this. The Ram Rumblebee, the pricing has come out, and I'm going to drop these here individually as we talk about them. But first things first, we got to talk about the first one, which would be the regular base Ram Rumblebee. Now, while the company is putting out, $59,990, which is about what I said, right? I said it was going to be somewhere around $54,900 to $59,900. So not bad. I think the very first number we put out was 52 or something along the lines of what the Durango is going to be, which it is. But this price isn't horrible. But the price, as you can see on the screen here, is $62,790. That is destination charge and whatever other little bullshit fee. $62,790 is what you can expect to pay without getting bent over and your ass greased with some Vaseline by a dealer. $62,790. What do I think about that? I think that's not bad. Here's the thing. It's not a regular Ram truck. It's set up. It's a different package. It comes with a non-e-torque V8 performance based, which for another 10 grand, you can supercharge and make more money. Make more power than what the track package is going to be. And we're going to get into that in a minute. And it's going to be like around another 10 grand will get you a supercharger for this thing. I think this is not a bad price for this truck. And I know people are going to be like, oh, it costs too much money. Oh, listen, Tim, go back and watch the interview I did with Tim Kuniskis. What did he say? He said, this is going to be the truck they sell the most, which it will be. They're going to have incentives, power dollars, shit like this on these trucks. You're going to be able to get this truck at the very beginning. Yeah, the company's going to say, fuck you, pay me. And you're going to pay. But after that, after that initial 3 to 6 months, you'll be able to walk into a dealer and with power dollars, different rebates, other deals, military, first response, whatever you have that you qualify for, you'll probably be able to get that truck for around 54, 55,000 out the door. And again, another 10 grand, you're at around 65,000 and you have a almost 700 horsepower, you have like a 630 to 650 horsepower truck supercharged for 65 grand. Yeah. I know you're going to say, oh, well, Chevy has, yes, it's 130 grand. Fuck you, miss me with that shit. Oh, single cab Silverado, it's 130,000. Nobody's paying 130,000 for a 6.2 that's going to blow up. Sorry. Oh, Shelby has, yes, it's 140 grand. Shelby's going to come out with an 810 horsepower. Oh, the Shelby fucking Ford. Okay. 810 horsepower. Cool story, bro. Fuck's given, 0. Ram's not done. Remember he said, oh, we got these 4 options and we might not be done yet. Because, yeah, they waited. Ford came out with that 810 horsepower Shelby truck, which is also going to be extremely limited in quantity, unlike the Rumblebee. But don't get it twisted. Tim will bring a demon-powered truck to market and shit all over whatever Ford's trying to do. Happy? I hope so. Now, look. 62,790 on this original. Not bad. Let's get into the Apache 6.4 powered next step up. So getting into the next step, we're looking at $72,790. And to be honest, and this is with destination. Okay, so that's your destination charges, all that other stuff. I know that it's listed for whatever it is, 69, blah, 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 whatever. This is what you're going to pay at the dealer. Okay, so 72,790, not bad. All right. This truck is probably going to sell a lot. Are there going to be a ton of incentives on an Apache powered truck? No. Just like I don't think there's going to be a lot of incentives on the Hellcat powered version ones. And I don't think they're going to stack up on lots. I think they're going to sell them as soon as they get them. Now, I know you're going to say, well, this is literally 20,000 more than the Durango. Yes. It's also lighter than the Durango. It's more performance-based than the RT Durango. And it would probably walk the Durango 392. Because, again, that's an Apache 392. It's the same engine that was in my Scat Pack. As a manual. So, I don't hate it. I think it's going to do fine. And then for another 10 grand, you can pay for the track pack, which is going to give you some extra track features, maybe a different set of tires, who knows, maybe carbon fiber wheels. I don't know what they're going to do. And it's going to put the SRT front fascia on it. So is it worth 10 grand? If you really want me to be honest, I would buy the 5.7 and buy the supercharger. That's just me. Simple. The 5.7 can handle some power and can handle some boost. There's some, other stuff that you could do to that truck to make that thing make a lot of power. Same thing. I know you're going, the 6.4 can make 1,100. Yeah, I know. You could forge the internals and do all the Mickey Mouse shit with the 6.4 and it can make a lot of power. I know. I see it. I've seen it. But 72,790, not bad. Not bad at all. Which gets us to the one that when you pull up to the club, the panties drop. And that is the Ram SRT Rumblebee. That is the 777 horsepower you know, laugh at Mustangs as you drive by them, laugh at dudes in their Raptor as you pull away from them. Truck. That's what this is. This is the I made a bad decision, I might get divorced truck. But not that bad of a decision. You know what I'm saying? It's like borderline. Now go out and buy a TRX. You're probably going to get divorced because that's over $100,000. This one with destination charges, so it's what, $94,999, basically $95,000. But with the destination charges, you're looking at $97,790 with the fees and bullshit included. That's what you're going to pay for it. Not bad. Under $100,000. And I know you're gonna say, well, it's only like another $3,000 till it's 100. I already see the people. It's gonna be $100,000. It's still $100,000 truck. Shut the fuck up. Ah, damn, man. Like it's almost like I don't want to say our community is not as bad as the Ford community because they're just on some next level. Like, hey, never mind. They just be complaining like females. We're not like that. At least not all the time. But under $100,000 for a 170 mile an hour plus truck, stock. That's before you do pulleys. That's before you tune this shit. This is going to be a 200 mile an hour truck. You can bet that somebody's going to get 200 miles an hour out of this bitch for under $100,000. I'm trying to think, like, what can you go buy under $100,000? That's a truck that does that. Nobody. Nobody does that. Not a one. Not your ZR2. Not whatever that bullshit is from Chevy that they got now. Not Ford. Not your Raptor. None of that shit. None of that is going to do what that truck is capable of doing. Well, TK, nobody else makes street trucks. Bullshit. Ford does. Yes, they do. Ford sure does make some street trucks. They're not going to touch that. No, they're not. They would have went after the world record already if they could. They can't. They suck. Fucking horrible. GM, no better. I know they. I've been getting all your fucking emails. Oh, Chevy just dropped this Silverado. It's manual, and it makes all of the horsepower with a 6.2. Ooh, trash. Trash. Nobody's paying $130,000 for that shit. Garbage. Absolute garbage. Anywho's, I want to know what you guys think about all the different levels of the Rumblebee. And we're going to be seeing a lot more news dropping here in the near future as we get closer to Roadkill nights. But I'm glad that they did drop the pricing. That they did drop the pricing at Roadkill nights. I thought they were going to do like they did last year and probably drop the pricing of this at Roadkill nights, which they probably will still do as part of the event anyway. But I'm glad this is here. For those that are asking, I will say this. I would probably pick up the 5.7. I really want the SRT. I really want the SRT. But I know with the 5.7 I can save $30,000 or, you know, and still get a ton of power for what I'm going to do with it and daily drive it. Not saying that the Hellcats are unreliable. I just know, like, when it comes to like the blowers and bearings and some of that shit, having just like a Whipple that can be bolted on and it still keeps the factory warranty, which I'm going to blow in like, what, 6 months? Who knows? 8 months, whatever. You guys know I drive. I tow shit coast to coast. If I'm pulling my car or doing something else, that truck's going to work. I mean, the limited Longhorn that sits at the Navy base in Tennessee, that truck's got, what, 28,000 miles on it already? I've had it maybe a year, not even a year. Yeah. Slightly right at a year. Yeah, it was August. Well, it's not August yet, so almost a year. Well, there you have it. Well, Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Are you impressed with the pricing? I got to be honest, it's a gradual thing. It's not going to happen like this. Everybody wants, this is what's funny. People want this SRT truck to be like, oh, 45 grand. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. You didn't have Hellcats at that price. Come on, man. Even back in the day, 2015, no, man. You're not going to get a Rumblebee truck for 40. That's not realistic. Could you get a base model at that price? Eventually, sure. Yeah. I could see a 5.7 Rumblebee getting down into like, $49,000 territory. Sure. Eventually. Let the company do what it's doing. First, I got to get back their R&D money and the money that they put into building the damn truck, right? That's going to be, your first 6 months to a year. And then you're going to see some better pricing on these things. You could book that. It's going to happen. TRX is a prime example of that. The previous generation. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Give the video a big thumbs up if you like what I do. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And as always, stay petty, my friends.